office and sitting down and ironing this out before the people of this country pay a very heavy price. My friend from South Carolina was around when we almost went over the cliff the last time, as when we were about to shut down the government, and there was all kinds of consequences, but we pulled back from the brink after going over it, and it was the most serious of all these that I've seen. And I guess I would ask him, isn't it true that in our experience that presidents, whether they be Republican or Democrat, no matter what party or affiliation, going back to the famous Ronald Reagan and Tip O'Neill relationship where they sat down together and they saved Social Security for about 25 years, and it was tough medicine, but they did it together. The President of the United States basically dismissed Social Security and Medicare from his list of priorities. And what, as my friend from Tennessee pointed out, we have a $16 trillion debt. And for us to say that we're not going to do anything about spending, when we all know that spending is the biggest problem we have in this agreement, again, that is throwing kerosene on the fire that's on the other side of the Capitol, and that's my Republican colleagues on the other side of the aisle, who have committed and pledged to their constituents that we will end this hemorrhaging that we call spending, which has given us the greatest debt in the history of this country. So I guess I would ask my colleague from South Carolina, who is usually very modest and reticent in his explaining his views, particularly in various media outlets, of his view on this situation.
Well, thank you, Senator. I guess my first view is that it's better not to go over the cliff than to go over the cliff, but it's also important, as you just said, to understand what we've accomplished. Let's assume for a moment, and let's hope that this is a good assumption, that we're reaching an agreement by the end of the day that raises tax rates on people that make over $400,000. I don't think that's a good idea because I think it hurts job creation. The better way to get revenue is to eliminate deductions and exemptions for businesses and wealthy individuals and take that money back into the Treasury, lower tax rates to create jobs and pay down some debt. That's what Bowles-Simpson did. Not one bipartisan group, Senator McCain, who's tried to solve our debt problem and our spending problem and our revenue problem suggested raising taxes.
This has been a Sunfish production.